Lisa. I have two photos to scrap today that I have had laying around my scrap room for a long time. I've had them out with the papers for probably a week. And I've known for a long time what papers I was going to use with them, but I've just had trouble really getting going on this page. And I think the reason is that I had a title in mind. When I did a blog post about this, my new glasses last year, because I was really proud of them, I titled it, Do Men Still Make Passes at Girls That Wear Glasses? But the story was really about the bargain I got in my glasses. It was the first time I've ever ordered glasses online. It was the first time I'd bought glasses since about 2001, because I wear a contact, and when I take my contact out, my other eye takes over. I basically hardly ever need glasses. So I didn't want to spend a great fortune on them. I really like what I got, good deal, and that's really what I wanted to tell. That was the story I wanted to tell. So my title had nothing to do with that. It was cute, but it wasn't really relevant, and I was just having trouble pulling this together. So yesterday I went and looked for some other title options, and one of the things I do a lot to get a title is to look at sayings or idioms. If I can't come up with something, I just Google that online, and I tried the word glasses and I didn't get a whole lot of stuff. So then I tried eyes, and I got this long list. There were dozens of sayings or idioms that have the word eye or eyes in them. And so I jotted down a few that I thought were relevant to me. All eyes, another pair of eyes, easy on the eye, couldn't believe my eyes, dollar sign in my eyes, only have eyes for, and more than meets the eye. These were just a few of the things that caught my eye, if you will. The one that I picked was easy on the eye. There were a lot of these were relevant to my story, but I liked the phrase easy on the eye, and I thought it would fit into my page really well. So once I had the title, and I already kind of had an idea of how I wanted to arrange things, it started to come together. So here's my sketch. We're going to have, I also wanted to use a pair of glasses as part of the title, and I'm going to cut those on the silhouette. I'm going to do several things on the silhouette here. We're going to have easy on the, and then we'll have eyes here, and I've got some tags. The paper that I'm using is from Stampin' Up. This is last year's collection called Sweet Sorbet that they did with their celebration. I think celebration is still going on through the end of March, and they have more paper and that kind of stuff if you purchase so much stuff. I've already done my Stampin' Up order this year, and I showed you in previous videos that paper that you can add color to it, and the different designs come through. It's really cool. That was what I got this year, but this was the paper last year. I thought it was beautiful. I've done a lot of layouts with it, and this is all I got left. There are 12 sheets, and I don't have a whole lot of full sheets and very few partials left. So we're going to use some on this page, and that was another thing. I had this idea that I needed to do, like, since I had these full sheets of paper, all this color and pattern on the background, and I really think I want to do something a little more neutral. One of the pages, this one, has this pretty, it's called the Sahara Sand color background, and that goes with my sweater I'm wearing. It's a little bit calmer, and then some of these other colors can pop a little bit more on top of that. So I think I'm going to do something with that, and maybe some of this green here, and then use some of these other colors, these other patterns, just for accents, and rather than doing such a large amount of them, because this to me is a little, it really makes the glasses and the photos show up a lot better than doing something like my original plan was, I think, this, where I had the photos here, and then I was going to try to put the title on those polka dots. This is a really busy page, but if I use that beige background, I think I can make stuff pop up a lot more on it that way. So it was just a page that tripped me up, but I think we can get it moving now. So I'm taking a look at the lettering here. I really didn't have anything in thickers that matched, but I have some chipboard letters that I kind of like to start moving out of my stash. They're taking up a lot of space in the drawer, and I'm getting down to where I don't have tons of some of the letters, but I did manage to find another E and A, and I'm coloring those with some paints. I've used an orange and then adding enough cream color to it to get it down to that pretty peachy color. the paper I'm matching there is some cardstock. Since this is Stampin' Up, it matches their cardstock, and that's the easiest way to get a good match for the color. And I'll just coat all of these with paint. I'm trying to get the sides pretty good too. Gone ahead and trimmed down some of these papers. And my letters, the one thing I'd really like to do with those letters though is also add some gloss to them. I thought I would need to go around the edges with markers to really finish them off, but I got them pretty covered with paint. So we're just going to take those and add glossy accents over them, and that will give them a wonderful shine. And I'm doing this pretty early in the process because it takes quite a bit of time for that to dry. And while it's drying, I went ahead and cut out some things on the silhouette, including some tags. And I've typed up my journaling. I'm just going to use removable adhesive and place these tags over my journaling, and then I'll run that back through the printer and hope that those tags don't get tripped up. I've got them really close together. Make sure that they don't get tripped up on the printer. Kind of giving myself an idea where I need to place that second tag. I did a separate little video on this process of printing and then running things back through the printer. It works really well. And I hadn't put my little white circles on the tags yet because I wanted to keep them as thin as possible. So we have one that talks about the price of the glasses. I bought these from coastal.com, and if you don't have to have special lenses, I just have single vision frames. They don't charge you for the lenses, and the frames were some of their less expensive frames, so I got my glasses for $39, and I'm really pleased with them. Now, I was going to do easy on the eye, and I kept changing what my on the would be. I went to some mini market letters, and then I really decided I needed the larger thickers there. And just keep this in the coral color and black. So I'm centering my eyeglass cut out. I had used this on another layout a different way, so it's getting some double duty here. And silhouette cuts are really cheap, especially if you have a subscription or you buy them when they're having a half price sale, which I think they're doing right now. But still, I like to get multiple uses out of them if I can. When you think about it, even 99 cents for a cut is not more than a lot of embellishments are. But it's nice when you can do more than one thing. Alright, now I'm going to start placing some of this stuff. That one paper along the bottom, I don't have enough of the black and background print to do it as wide as it shows, since I'm using the larger piece I had of black is actually the back side of the Sahara sand. And I don't really have a good place to trim that out, so I'm just going to make that smaller across the bottom. You'll still get plenty of that color. And the way I put my eyeglasses and stuff on there, I'm going to lay that title block slightly on top. Using some Lawn Fawn trim to attach to these tags. I thought tags kind of went with a shopping theme, even though it was online shopping. The mistake I made on these eyeglasses, the one mistake is that I need something a little bit larger across the bridge of the nose, but I made a note on my written copy of my prescription of what the dimensions were for the glasses, because they give you all that online. So the next time I buy glasses, I'll know that I need a little bit more space in the bridge of the nose. Of course, if it takes me another 10 or 11 years to buy glasses, I probably won't know where those notes are. Looking for something to go behind easy on the eye. And I tried several different papers there and hadn't decided quite what to do. I'm going to pop up the tags. And the way I'm attaching these is I'm just pulling the trim up and going ahead and taping it to the back. And then I'm going to staple it across the front. And I do get my wires crossed there a little bit and have to go back and retape those cords. And then I'll just use the tiny attacher stapler to add those. And I put some other staples on this as well for accent. I still need something at the top though. It looks kind of bare up there. Sometimes you just go back to the basics. I just did this plain old scallops border punch that I've had forever. I for a little black border to go and match the background of this cardstock and the lettering. So, and the frames, which are more of a mixture of black and brown, sort of, it's supposed to be a tortoiseshell, but there's a lot of really dark color to them. So it picks all of that up, and I really like the title, using easy on the eye, one of the idioms that I found online. So if you're ever looking for a title, do a search by common sayings, idioms, whatever, for the particular word that you're wanting to go with, and you can find all kinds of things. I've done it with bird, like bird in the hand, and things like that, and come up with titles. And you can get all kinds of stuff that you might not think of on your own. Stuff it just doesn't come to mind. So take a kind of a quick close-up of the page, and stuck actually fairly close to the sketch. This area didn't end up being as wide because I didn't have quite as much paper there, but I'm pleased with this. It came out a little cuter than I was envisioning. I didn't know how all this would come together, so I think it's a fun page, and I'm happy to have it done and out of my work area. And I've broken down most of the paper. This is all that's left now of that Stampin' Up! Paper, so I will probably take these last 3 sheets and break them down by color and put those with the color grouping, so I will have an empty drawer for new spring product. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you'll check out my other videos while you're here.